MightyMai episode 14. Let's go.
We're gonna take Doge Coin to the moon, making this crypto mean $1 soon. I'm hoping it's safe, we can assume. Don't actually assume this. We're taking Doge Coin to the moon. You might have studied the economy for 7 years in college, but no one guessed that Bitcoin would be $30,000. Basically anything can happen at this point. 2, 3. We're gonna take Dogecoin to the moon. Dogecoin to the moon. Making this crypto mean $1 soon. I'm hoping it's safe, we can assume. Don't actually assume this. We're taking Dogecoin to the moon. We're gonna take Dogecoin to the moon.
That was a perfect tune I just found earlier
Love that.
to start this week.
I'll tell you one thing about Dogecoin. I've never been more mad watching a coin pump. Never been more mad in my life. I was heated, dude. I was just watching it go up. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, but
I was
honestly,
so
I'm
pissed.
not. I'm definitely not, because I know there's no use case and that's purely a bubble. But whatever. So I'm just makes me laugh to see the story. It's just community based and out of thin air, and that's cool to see. But yeah, there's not much beyond that. So, but that's fun to see the
dude,
hype.
Who knows, man? Like this is like the thing right now, man. Who
Yeah.
fucking knows? It could be.
It could
It
last
very well.
as a community meme, legendary thing that.
Well, I mean, like, if you believe that ultimately currency is going digital, technically speaking, every digital currency will have a value. And so ultimately what that means is however many people decide to use that currency will be acceptable. And in a lot of ways, look at the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks are literally accepting Dogecoin as payment at their fucking facilities. That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah. But yeah, why this one more than, the thousands that have not much more utility? But yeah, that's the point. But the hype around it is so cool. It's definitely like seeing songs like this one make my day, right? Definitely. So
This song actually is low key a hit. It really is.
yeah, absolutely.
But like I said, yeah, I couldn't have been more mad watching that shit pump up. But is what it is. Here we are.
Yeah, absolutely. And so welcome. Good evening, the TokenSmart. Happy to meet you back this week, and happy to celebrate today the first anniversary of Avastar as well on 4/20. Are we all high tonight? Yeah, so a few news this week, like big names again. We saw MIA, DJ Premier again, Edward Snowden, which is a pretty particular one. And yeah, we see the space platforms are hiring and evolving a lot, unleashing new features, like Async is slowly unleashing how the music aspect of their platform is going to work. New use case for NFTs, like we saw IBM talking about making patents as NFTs, and we talked about it, when I was talking about the copy-paste wallet address to a playlist. Like, how can I protect that, as an NFT if I cannot develop it by myself? But it seems that IBM just is on the is on the case and working to create patents as NFTs, which is a great idea to think of. And like, maybe I should just right now create a JPEG file, writing the ID down and mint it, just to protect it, like the good old days of time stamping your ID to protect it legally. But yeah, interesting topics, and as well, big music providers accepting more and more Bitcoins as a form of payment, and not yet Dogecoin, but I believe it's going to be very soon at this rate. In the music, who knows? Yeah. So yeah, very, very exciting week. And before we start, I also really wanted to thank all of our collectors, because this week has been crazy, and shout out to the gang, Boombox and Vandal and Connie Digital, Space Painter, the whole TokenSmart family. That week has been absolutely mind-blowing for us all. And
yeah, for real.
yeah,
Congratulations on those, dude. That shit is fire.
thank you.
And
Yeah,
shout out to the community for supporting, because
yeah,
that's what's up.
absolutely. So and it makes you think even more forward about the truly life-changing nature of what's going on in the music right now, and through this it proves even more how effective it is, and there's many aspects of it to consider and to look at. But I mean, it's not only about artists; it's about the web of connection between holders, collectors and artists, and the web connecting the artists and their assets through their audience is as important as the artist individually themselves. And so yeah, that's very powerful to see it happening. And yeah,
Absolutely,
Mm.
dude. Speaking about that, I mean, just because, just like on that topic, and I saw that Matthew just joined in, so shout out Matthew. I'm gonna do a little plug real quick, but basically, dude, speaking of like bringing communities together and seeing like that aspect of things, I mean, dude, if you want to speak on this, I mean, we could maybe have a little chat with this, but he's doing a thing called SongCamp, and it's basically, I mean, I could let him talk about it, but we're getting it going, and it is exciting. It's going to be very special. I mean, I don't know if he can unmute if he wants to. I'm not going to put him on the spot, but this could be a
yeah,
little.
I wanted to talk about SandCamp as well. So if Matthew feels about talking about it,
It's on there.
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Oh yeah, what up? What up?
You could just unmute. Oh, hey.
What's up?
What up, bro?
Welcome.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Yeah, great. I've put SoundCamp on the list tonight because I saw you more officially launched the ID and started to experiment with it, and MAi told me that he participated as well, and we talked about it a little bit. So I wanted to talk about it, and it's even better if you're here with us to talk about it tonight. I thought about maybe inviting you, but it was like maybe 1 hour ago, and I'm like, this is not a fair business to invite you, 1 hour before. So maybe later as the project goes on. But that's I'm very happy that the telepathy worked to the point that you're here to talk with us. And so let's do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's pretty perfect timing because MAi and I have been like just actually working on a song right now for the wider context of that project, which is SongCamp.
Yeah.
And then he jumped in here, so I was like, "Oh, I'll join. I want to hear what you guys are talking about." So it was serendipitous like that.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it's, I was gonna say I literally that's what I was. I mean, Mighty knows because I was DMing him, but I was like, yeah, I didn't know if we were starting right at 6, but I was like, yeah, dude, I'm just working in a session right now, and he's like, oh, it's right now. I was like, oh shit, all right, let's pop in. But no, this is this is just super exciting. I just think the potential for what this could do could be very, very exciting for artists, and just to and it's just to add on top of everything else that's happening too. So it's beautiful. But I mean, yeah, we could definitely have you back more at a more like scheduled official time too, where we could actually have like a real not interview.
Yeah, I would love that.
Something in depth. But
I would love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
As we chat about it, feel free to just chime in though. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, please. I'd love to hear you talk about it. I'm excited for that.
I mean, I mostly wanted to highlight, the article you made on Mirror XYZ that officially introduced SandCamp, the concept, and the Unlock NFT, as you call it, as well. And I was curious how what's the current stage of it? Like, have you launched? And I know because of the feedback from MAi, because I haven't been checking on this personally lately, but that you have already started. And where are you today with it?
Yeah, well, I just dropped the article, like the link to that article in the chat here. But Yeah, we just kind of launched a SongCamp where we have 3 teams of 3 musicians working on a new song each. So each group is working on like a song from scratch. They were strangers a week ago. Now they're in like a group, kind of like a regular songwriting camp, but in virtual land. And we also have one group of visual artists working on cover artwork for those 3 songs. And then the idea is to like collectively fund, create that music, and then collectively distribute it through like some Web3 strategies. So we're going to be dropping NFTs for these 3 songs. And in the collective funding department, we just like put out the first NFT, which is called the Unlock. And the purchaser of that, or the collector of that, essentially unlocks the SongCamp for everyone by providing the gas fee funding for the overall project. And so we just put that out yesterday, and we just sold it today to Seed Club, who's also like super kind of playing in this sort of same incubation community space. So it's like a perfect fit in that way. And yeah, and so we're just working on the music, the most important part, the artwork of it.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm glad this is going well and that you're getting feedbacks to start the experience. And is there actually music finished, or because I believe this is not so easy to manage all the people, especially virtually, and it's work. It's a hard work.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Wait, me? I could definitely say something real quick. I mean, just because I'm excited right now because of what we just did, basically.
Yeah.
But we have. I can't speak for the other groups, but I know that we have definitely found our way into something pretty nice so far. I don't know. I mean, Matt's crushed it. I mean, he's got like there's like 2 or 3 songs in one right now. It's pretty sick, but still has
Mai's crushed it, dude. Like, I mean, the part that you've been working on is fire, and yeah, it feels like something really cool is coming together to me.
It's gonna be exciting to see all these come together and like all come out. And first of all, this artwork, I know that we've talked about this many times, but this artwork is seriously so fire. And I'm just realizing that it fucking. I just realized that it's a GIF too, that it like animates.
Yeah, it
dude.
moves. It moves. Yeah.
Oh my god! Like it's literally so fire. That like that's the sun right there. I love that. This is beautiful. This is beautiful imagery. It's like incredible.
I don't see the animated version. Does it move?
It moves like on Zora, I guess, or yeah, like when you click it to open. But just to answer your question specifically, like, yeah, the goal is to finish the music and artwork of the 3 songs for Monday. So we kind of have like a week, or like just shy of a week. That's the goal.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm discovering that on the artwork are the 3 groups. So the Lunar Veil, the New Wave, and the Rainbow Punch. Mai, you're into the Rainbow Punch with Matthew.
I'm into Rainbow Punch.
Yeah.
All right. And yeah, I love this visual. It's definitely very talking to my eyes, and there's something to it that is from great visuals in music. So I love that.
I like, as I look at it too, like just the names and like all of our names, like dude, just like the typography,
everything.
Style, it's literally so well done. It makes me like, this guy is a fucking master. He's a master.
Yeah, this is by like this guy really, Peace Node.
Was there 2 people in this?
Yeah, Peace Node and Gian. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to figure out who did what, but like together, whatever happened here was incredible. So shout out them.
I agree.
But just exciting stuff happening though, and in terms of because I know Mighty, you and I have talked about this literally like since we pretty much like got excited about this space. There's so many thoughts about what the future of the music industry might look like, and the concept that's being played out with SongCamp, I think, is one of the closest representations of this in real form. And it's super exciting to be a part of. And I think that it's only going to cause for more potential and for more powerful ideas to come from it. And it's dope to have good artists involved too, and with this, whether it's visual or or musically, which I know that this isn't a competitive personal first round, but let's just say Rainbow Punch is coming with the best hit, no doubt.
Yeah, sure. I'm definitely curious to see how this goes. And yeah, we talked about it. The music leagues, the competition, the having teams on the same, having a deadline and having the community participate in the success of making the songs and so on. And that definitely needs experimentation for scaling and experimenting with these different features or tools to make this happen. But it definitely need as well someone that knows how to concretize this, and I really truly feel and wish you the best, you Matthew, because I feel that you took it to the core and understood it really well and started to make it happen, and
Yo pensaba que estabas con él.
that's just the start.
Ese marico sí es pajucho. Ajá, pero
Did I mute him?
I think so. Yeah, thanks, and thank you for having me come on for a bit and chat with you guys. It's great to. I remember tuning into your guys' first episode, so this is awesome to be here with you guys.
Yeah.
Man, first episode. I wonder what that was like. I mean, it probably not meant much better or worse, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much the same. But
dude,
that's been a while, like years ago. But yeah, no, definitely anytime. I mean, once you release the song, had a first round complete, and having took a step back from this first experience, and so I would love to invite you again to talk about it and what's your your vision out of this first experience, and that would be great because Mike can participate as well as an artist, as a participant of the experience. So we would have both sides of the management and as a participant, and yeah, so thank you for taking a few minutes to talk about it.
Yeah, sorry, I just kind of threw you on the spot there, but I was thrown on the spot yesterday in your call, so
That's true. Good payback.
No, it was a payback. That was good. That was fun.
No, it's thanks for inviting me up. It's good to speak to you guys.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't wait to hear what you guys did musically, because that's, like you said, the most important is how will it sound like, and how will it tell the vision for the future. I like to read the future listening to music.
Absolutely. And I mean, not to say that there's a particular expectation or aim for this for this jam or anything, but I think the idea of these new ways of collaborating and these new ways of creating, I think it's key to almost, if you are to have an expectation, it's to lean into the expectation of the unknown and to lean into the idea that there is this is a new way to collaborate, so therefore we should be open to new sounds, new songs, new ideas, new ways that things kind of work out. And I think that's the thing that I'm most I think a lot of people are most excited about too when it comes to these types of new creator things. I think it's going to be exciting to see the new types of art that come from it. I mean, like I said, I mean, we keep hyping up this visual, but I will say one last time, it's fucking fire. But that's so. I mean, so I'm excited to just see more of these types of things build and to see different types of creations. So that's the most exciting part for me, is just seeing the new types of art that's going to come from it, the uniqueness of each song.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a good bridge. Talking about Async that are released this week, more details about how they will be unveiling the music aspect of Async. And they talked about what we talked last week, but that we couldn't because it wasn't really official. But they talked about limited edition. So they are introducing limited editions for Async music. And so the idea is that collectors will be able to have access and buy the different layers of the songs. But in addition to that, and which is new compared to the visual part of Async, is the ability from to mint a particular version of the combination, the different combination possible in the final craft. So let's say the final craft has like 9 combination that, which is the case in our piece. So there's 9 combination possible when you play with the layers. But additionally to the layers, you will be able to mint each version like a snapshot of one particular version as an NFT. And so that adds up a lot of possibility of trading the piece because there's different layers of accessibility, and there's the game of interacting with the piece as well as just enjoying one particular version, and both will be combined in the same feature. I mean, so yeah, that's very exciting to see. As well, like you said, it will be unlock a lot of ways to first create and then consume, enjoy music, as different version will be possible to be part of the same masterpiece, I would call it. So yeah, definitely interesting game. It's like, when in the college, when you share your favorite artist or favorite tracks with your friends and stuff. Here you will be able to say, hey, I prefer this version and I own this version, and your friend will be like, no, I have this other version, but it's another, it will be the same masterpiece, but there will be interaction within it amongst the audience.
That dude, 100%. I think that's actually like such an interesting thing because I always bring up the concept of quote unquote culture, but like once there is a culture around that, oh my God, dude, it's gonna blow up because people will be like, nah, I have the best version because I made it, blah, 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 blah. It's gonna create such a diverse like group of fans and culture around it. Like I say with sports all the time, I don't know if sports would be as watched or as enjoyable to a lot of people over the age of fucking 25 if they weren't betting on each game. Like all my friends do is bet on sports. So it's like and they love it. So I think that once you can add that element to music, which is what all of this stuff is kind of getting closer to, more control, more at stake, more investment, more closer to the creation, I think it's just going to cause different forms of culture to be created, and it's going to be really exciting to see how that builds and gets created. I think that'll make a lot of cool stuff. I do have one question about this. So so basically the limited editions for Async, what's really happening here? What's the biggest change? What does that mean? Does that essentially mean that for say your nine different creations, and I'm assuming there's an infinite amount of buys?
No, that's the point. There's a limited supply of those additional NFTs.
Right. With this new, I'm saying with your version of the drop, like because you guys dropped before this was a thing, right?
What do you mean? I'm not sure.
I'm just trying to fully understand what they did. So like limited editions for Async music, does that basically mean that you can now have the option to keep it limited edition for your release?
No, it will be limited for everyone. There's a limited supply for every piece created on Async music.
Okay.
Additional to the layers.
Was it just infinite before?
No, before you just had the layers. It's because this feature is new. Before you couldn't be able to mint, if we talk about the visual aspect of Async, if someone interacts with the visual piece, you were not able to mint this particular version. It was not possible on Async Visual. So now on Async Music, it's an additional set of NFTs around the play around the layers.
Okay, I think I understand.
But
I mean, limited edition is I understand that concept. I guess I was just curious what the change was. That's because I mean, it almost feels like
The change was simply to create this feature that didn't exist before.
right.
Because the initial feature, which is buying and interacting with the layers, is the same on async visual and async music.
Like, bro, this would be smart and kind of sick as fuck if
mhm.
we did this for SongCamp. I mean, not to say that that's what we should do. I'm just saying, like, imagine if we,
Yeah, you can combine different
because
initiatives.
this is what it's almost what we're doing anyways. You know, there's so many different stems, so many different parts happening because you have so many different people affecting one song. And then it's like, well, you know, there's all these ideas, whereas maybe each of us, like each member, can create their version of the song, and everybody just provides their samples, and then we do that. We give people their opportunity to create those and create their own version. So it's like we almost do that game. This is obviously like a whole subgenre of thought here, but
No,
but
but that's definitely a perfect use case because it's collaborative, and that's the idea to unveil different versions of the same piece, but which is created by multiple people that added different vibes to it, and then you can mint the after the favorite version, or the favorite part from any artist involved.
Absolutely, yeah. But yeah, no, just you never know. Just a thought. What
So yeah, it's I'm reading the article, but they're saying for the first time, music fans can purchase a blank record and use it to record the current state of an async music track to make their own NFT recording, similar to taking home a unique one-of-a-kind memorabilia from a live show. They are stamping a historical moment in time on the blockchain. That's the idea.
I love it. I love the hype.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
just
like
wait till people
snapshot.
just wait till that language actually makes sense to people. You know what I'm saying? Because like I love that language, but like we get that language, but like the average person hears that and is like, "What's that mean?" Okay,
Yet, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like they don't. Yeah, but when it's common knowledge to understand the value of a blockchain, the value of permissionless fucking ownership, that will be interesting. Fun interesting.
But there will be two factors. One of them being a celebrity, let's say, crushing this, like doing this perfectly, embedding all the use cases and the possibility that such a medium provides. But I believe the most crucial catalyst of that would be a next generation young person, talented artist that will use it and pretty much not exclusively, but like very in the forefront of his career and his message in general, and then if he has success as a person, then we'll be able to broaden the message to younger audience that will straight understand this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I totally agree. The youth is what's gonna. Not only are they gonna blow it up because I think that's who's gonna get it, and they're gonna create a culture around it first, but also they're probably gonna do things better and more creatively in a way that's going to make everybody else be like, "Oh, that's what we should have been doing the whole time."
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's a good. It can be definitely a good use case to think about it in the context of SongCamp. So feel free to start thinking of it and combine the innovations.
Yeah, no, yeah, I totally feel you. So hopefully, we could see these things keep progressing. Because I like seeing like companies like Async kind of like continually just continually like upgrading and keeping going forward about whatever they're doing. So
Yeah, simply the fact that they took the music in their they integrate music in their initiative is definitely a power move as a successful platform already.
Power.
Like nobody was really expecting that they would, take this quest, and they did on their own pretty much initiative, like just listening to the space, because the idea was in the air. And shout out to Vendel at the time when Async released. Straight away commented, the tweets like, "Hey, why don't we do this for music?" And it seems like the call was heard, and that now it's happening. So yeah, big shout out to Async for the job they did until now. It's absolutely executed like a perfect plan, and I can't wait to see it start.
Dude, oh yeah. I'm excited.
But
excited.
I'm very excited to see upcoming works, because we had our take on it with Connie. But I'm very excited to see, in the perception of others, how does it sound? How do people take this new medium and, like you say, rip it in many ways that we would probably later say, hey, that's how to use it, that's how to do it, or like very more creative ways, because we are kind of stuck, I believe, in the thinking from our traditional mindset, I would say, and doing our best to use and create on a new medium like this, doing our best. But we were not born with this async music feature. Like someone that has 10 years old right now and that understands the full thing will probably go way beyond that, what we try to express here on the first run. And so that's is the most exciting part of it.
Definitely. I agree. As long as we stay open-minded, you know what I mean? And like no expectations really. I think like we'll always be able to adapt, and being that we're here right now, we obviously have a bit of an advantage, I think, mentally on a lot of these things. And whether we kind of cling on to something more than another, I think ultimately, if we stay open-minded, we will probably have a more accurate viewpoint of what's legit and what's not. So I think, keeping the open mind will keep us in line with getting on that next thing first. Not that it matters, not that it's a race, but listen, dude, my eyes are on the finish line. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. It's an asymptote, guys. You can infinitely get closer to it, but you'll never reach it.
Absolutely. Then I think
that was some 420 talk right there.
No, you can never reach 100% of one side of the other, but always in between. That's balance. Or you're an angel or a demon, pure. Period.
Pure. Love it. Hey, see, now you're talking. Now we're talking. A demon is an angel from a different angle. Bars.
But let's talk about these angels and demons getting into the space. Like we had Edward Snowden this week, MIA, and DJ Premier. Like we talked about DJ Premier before, but it seems like he's now working on his more official first NFT. And but what surprised me the most with Edward Snowden is that I read a comment from French people right below an article talking about the Edward Snowden's NFT, and he was like, "Oh, this is a great opportunity for press and a great move, but I'm so sad that he used a blockchain that is not eco-friendly." And I was like, oh, "Okay, here we go again," and he was concluding with, "At least it goes for the freedom of press,"
Who got sorry, I mean, who got the who did that? Wait, so I'm sorry. Can you repeat, like, who got Edward Snowden got railed because of this? They said that he was using a non-eco-friendly blockchain. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Jesus. See, like, Edward Snowden is the type of guy that I would expect them to do that type of pushback for, because when somebody big drops and they don't really have positive, like media-wise, they don't have positive outlook on them, this is a great time to use them as an example to FUD up the market with NFTs. So that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense that they would say that about Edward Snowden, because how many people are out here dropping NFTs and could have easily been the headline, could have had the same headline. But I just think it's funny that they used Edward Snowden, and the reason I think they did that is because he's so well recognized when it comes to like these digital things that brand wise
yeah.
that just makes sense, that bleeds into people's minds so much easier. So don't be fooled by this this stupid but I'm sorry, I have no patience for the environment argument at this point.
But yeah, so MIA, I didn't listen. I think there's sound, so let's discover this all together. Let me refresh so we have it at start. Okay, I get the style. I think this is not fake from what I hear. This is not fake. So this is my MIA.
Quick denial. You're like, okay, I've had enough of that. Who is this? I'm sorry, what is this supposed to be?
MIA NFT.
I mean, I like the artwork. The artwork's very vibey, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
This on what, Foundation? Or is
Yeah.
that Zora?
Yeah, Foundation.
Okay.
But yeah.
See, I like Foundation's look. It looks good. I think that's where they're succeeding the most.
Mm-hmm.
The visuals are nice.
But yeah, musically, it resembles MIA, so I have no doubt that this one is legit. And again, collected by 3F Music. You can see this name pretty much everywhere on Foundation. And that's a real collector for music pieces on this platform.
Do you think at some point these collectors are going to just pop out as a label, so to speak, and they're going to basically utilize their NFTs as like a they'll use it as like a vault that you can invest in. So essentially like Whale did with art, but with music.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, this is like a conversation now that I'm saying it out loud. Like this absolutely has to be happening. Like this absolutely has to be in somebody's mind. This has to be on the way to being a thing.
Yeah, definitely. And especially with the ability to create vaults that have the value really attached to what the NFTs market owned, the NFTs that are inside the vault. And you can look at this work at DAO Records and Beat3. They're working on that very hardly. And so, because from what I know or what I believe it to be, on the Whales vault, the value is not directly attached to the coin's value, and it I don't know, I may be misinterpreting it, but that's what I think it is. Where in the future you will be able to connect directly the value of those NFTs to the value of the shareholder without any speculation between the two. They would be related. And so when it comes to music, it definitely makes sense to create catalogs that will be, traded, like you say, and betting up or down on this kind of catalog.
Dude, exactly. That's what I mean. It makes a lot of sense to me that this will eventually all be like, because it's just, it's all new. So people are collecting, people are over here picking this one up, maybe picking that one up. But dude, if someone's really smart, they're just like only collecting a certain vibe, and then they're gonna pop out one day with basically a label of NFTs, and they're all gonna be from all of these different artists. The one thing I don't think that just made me think. That almost needs to be in the mind of the artist when creating and when selling, because then they have to know and remember that their piece of their NFT could very easily be bought. Actually, wow, I'm like blowing my own mind right now. I believe that some of these NFTs could potentially be worth way more long-term wise than they are being sold for. So I know I've said many times that a lot of NFTs are selling for maybe too much, but on the same front, there's going to be ones that have sold that are going to be able to be exploited in a much larger fashion than they have already. And that's probably going to be from a new way of monetizing. So I don't know how they'll do that. I don't know how that'll exactly happen, but I
Yeah.
could definitely, I could really see that happening. So
Yeah, but especially when you see collectors like 3F Music, who's getting a hand on big NFTs or music NFTs over a specific platform or probably elsewhere, but we don't know it. Is have a strategy in mind, collecting. It's I believe it's not only about having those and just sitting on there. There definitely it might unlock as well. Maybe they discover it on the run with us, in real time. But I think it definitely forces to have a strategy and to unlock certain thoughts about collecting those top tier music assets and so on. So yeah, there's definitely, and especially with what we know is coming from the Web3, we'll be able to build mechanisms around those collections.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know that this isn't a thing yet, but imagine if someone was able to create, or it might be a thing. I mean, I don't know, but imagine if you were able to kind of put a cap limit on the resale value of your NFT. So it's like you might sell your NFT to a collector, but in that one of one might have a certain thing written in its contract where after a certain price, that percentage difference gets increased or something. So if my NFT sells for $10, that's fine. I only get like what 10% of the royalties back until that resale value of that NFT goes above 1,000. Then I get 50% again.
Hmm.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, you can imagine
That's a great idea.
an
I'm
infinite
doing
sort of deals. I mean, that's will be like deals before you can. At some point, I guess we will be able to program lots of rules into NFTs or vaults or anything.
Dude, that's gonna happen too, though. Because like, man, that just makes so much sense to me. I don't know why. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe these are that 420 thoughts where you're just like super high, and you just feel like you're you're cracking all the codes. I mean, I
Yeah,
kind of do feel like that right now, but at the same time, I
but
could
we
very
cracked
easily.
the code.
We
Yeah,
cracked the code a long time ago. There's no doubt, but
yeah. So yeah, DJ Premier is looking forward to showing us all what he's been working on for his very first NFT drop. That is going to be on Nifty Gateway, April 28th. And he's in this for the long run, he quotes. So, little clips here to present the work, and I will talk about it right after.
My music and my passion for how I deliver it is always to be as original as possible, because when you're original, you will always stand out no matter how long it takes or how short it takes or how long you want to still do it.
So here it comes. DJ Premier, and I'm very excited to see the collection. So, my thoughts on this, and are we here to crack the codes? Because that's what I'm about to do with this release. And so the collection is a collection of beats he's never released before, with visual arts that speaks to his trajectory from the Made by Animus Squad, who did the visuals in collaboration, I believe, with this drop. So my thoughts is, and DJ Premier is one of my biggest influence of all time, and I'm very righteous about everything he does. So it's just a little critique to add to the top of, which is not directly targeted toward DJ Premier. It's common things I see across the music scene the big music industry scene, the big players that are getting into the space, which is, you know, looking in your old closets what's royalty free to get into the space, if you follow me, that is available right now to experiment your first entry into the space, because you can be creating something from scratch right today to with today's vibe to get into the scene, but not everyone does this, and I see many actors, you know, looking around them in their how to say it, musical assets that unreleased, you know, all the unreleased that they have over time, things that are copyright free from any record deals, any, you know, major company involvement, or any royalties with other artists that may be too complicated to deal with. So, but which is available today, you know, that doesn't require another night of studio and another week of getting the craft done and another month to step it back to make it perfect, and, you know, all this. So and it's legit, I believe, to want to enter the scene right now with what you have in your hands, you know, without having to get into the process of creating something new from scratch. But yeah, do you follow what I'm trying to point at?
I mean, yeah, I think so. Basically, that this guy. Wait, this is about DJ Premier or just as a whole?
No, I believe that's the case of DJ Premier here, because he is openly stating about it that it is an old collection. But that's something we see very common in big actors entering the scene. And we're about to talk about Blow as well right after. But that's the same thing with his big sales. It was an album that was available like 3 years ago that he transmuted into the NFT sphere.
Oh wow. Well, yeah.
It's not like a fresh groundwork. That's just what I'm trying to point to. But not saying it is a good or a bad thing. It's just cracking the code. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's kind of maybe out of it's got to be out of some sort of like rights license, like it's got to be
Yeah, it's
a
something
behind the scenes
between
industry
that
problem.
and being available today, like, you know, without extra time to get into it, starting an art piece from scratch.
Yeah, well, I think also they can do that, but just because they have credibility already. That's the only reason why I would justify it. I mean, I think that makes sense. It's like if Kendrick Lamar put out a To Pimp the Butterfly NFT.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, like,
Yeah.
bro, that's legendary. Like, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
greatest.
definitely. And
That's
that's
the
a
greatest.
discussion to
So
tokenize
I
all
feel
your
that.
back catalog.
But I also agree with the statement here that I see in the chat. It's kind of lazy. I mean, for sure, there's no doubt that it's kind of you can definitely view it as lazy. But some of these artists, I think, were so fucked in their past, like that, and we don't really have any idea how badly. Like, I don't think people actually understand how badly people in the industry are fucked. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's just like, and there's no way around it because the industry is set up like that. Once you're in there, you have to play the game. If you don't play the game, they're gonna fucking blackball you. They're not gonna fuck with you. Every manager, every agent, every lawyer, every label exec is gonna be like, don't fuck with that dude because he thinks he knows his value. That's really the truth. He knows his value. We don't like that. We want people who fucking are down to do what we want because we want to make the money off this shit. And they do have the pull. Don't get me wrong. If you can do it yourself, it's the biggest slap in the face to a label. That's why everybody wants to buy them up whenever doing it independently. So,
And
I mean, so like I don't have necessarily a problem with people doing old songs or old albums or old things that maybe they couldn't monetize before, because I believe that this is their opportunity to finally monetize those things. I think, you know, what they do with their earnings is kind of where their integrity will lie, you know, in a lot of ways. It's definitely kind of lazy, but it's also like, you know, if they do something utility wise, which I still don't necessarily know if that's the case here, but if they do some utilities with these NFTs as well. I mean, dude, I'm more power to it. I like that. I like that
Mhm.
type of idea.
Yeah, definitely. I amen to that. But yeah, it's not. I don't see that as necessarily lazy, or I don't see that with a bad eye, because, like you said, they, especially people that have crossed 20 years of industry, may be even more vigilant and mefiant about new things they are doing, and especially when they don't know where they put their foot in, and where everything is new. So it might sound legit as well to not waste time on things that you don't know where this goes. So you just look around with the assets you have in hands to just get into it. And there's as well this topic about tokenizing all your back catalog from since you're born, and I think that's a thing that will happen. And I'm even thinking of it myself. I don't know at this point, but it makes more sense, I believe, to tokenize what you've did in the past. And it's just that there's this hype effect as well when you get something fresh, which is authentic to the community who you talk to as well. So yeah, just curious. I wanted to point that out, crack that down. But
Well,
I
I think that'll only last. This will only be a thing for another year or 2 or 3, but because once things go mainstream, there won't be as much excitement, I think, as for NFTs as a whole. So I
Mhm.
think therefore, like doing an old version of something, there's a time limit on what the value of that will be to collectors in the next 2-3 years, unless it's something like To Pimp a Butterfly, which he could release that tomorrow or in 10 years, and in my opinion, it will have an exorbitant amount of value because of how impactful that project actually was. And so I think it's not everybody's going to be identical in how that equation will work out for them, but ultimately I think that over the course of time, doing something from the past won't
Mhm.
won't hold as much value over the next 5 years, so to speak.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
even less.
I follow what you mean. It's just that once the experimentation stage goes for vigilant people from the industry that don't want to waste too much time today on something they don't know, fully all the extent yet. But once they do, I believe DJ Premier will be the premier guy. Sorry for the bad word joke. To go lock himself in a room and create beats all day reserved to this new way of monetizing his music, and probably launch a lot of collaboration and things because he's definitely one of them. He launched collaboration all across his careers, and yeah, so I'm really enjoying seeing him here, and I definitely think that once the first steps of getting the foot in are digested, he will be the first to understand what's up and lock all his crew in rooms and start to create new contents that fits this new vision of the world, and stop rapping about the old industry and talk about the upcoming world we're trying to build, and yeah, start to rock 200% on the space. So at this moment, I believe new sound will be created because the unreleased. I hear you about the about the 5 next years, and I believe it's because of people want to hear and experience new things as well, and unreleased beats is good, but it's not something new that the culture may create, and he might be part of the culture creating new sounds once he goes beyond the first steps of experimenting with unreleased beats.
Totally agree, bro. Totally agree. And I mean, this is maybe a little too specific of a prediction, but that sound, bro, I think it's gonna be more like the '60s. You know what I mean? Like that fucking hippie music, like late '60s, like early '70s. Like I could see that being being big again, like that type of shit. Because like once it's like you said too. Once we get sick of talking about how we're getting fucked by this old industry. Once we're sick of that, then it'll be incredible to be able to make music about how we're just free finally. Like, man, like I'm not even gonna lie, like even my own tone of music that I've made recently, not all of it, of course, I still be saying some depressing shit sometimes, but like but like even like in the way that I naturally am thinking and like spiritually writing, like I feel a lot more open to like this concept of freedom and this concept of like being able to be in a world where we haven't in a very long time. So I think that's exciting.
Yeah, definitely. But before moving on to some technological news, big shout out to Blau, because until now he has the sale records of all NFT music NFT players getting into the space, which means that all the top celebrities getting into the space hasn't reached the economics, the NFT economics of what Blau did with his album. And because he, set the bar at 10 or 12 millions, something in between that. And all the top celebrities are reaching good numbers, but very far from what Blau did. So it's pretty much, I'm not finding the word, but something spectacular, I would say.
What do you think?
And still today.
I mean, let's talk about that. What do you think it is that causes Blau's NFTs to be valued so much higher? I have some thoughts. I'm curious what you think.
I didn't break that code down yet, so no, I definitely, because he's a pioneer, like he's in the blockchain since very early days. So and he was successful into EDM, but the EDM post, when I stopped to look at EDM, which to me I translate is the EDM money game, which it's the time when you started to say, oh, I did this festival and this festival and this festival, and before that time you were more like, oh, I've done this club or this club and this club, and at some point things scaled globally, worldwide, like the EDM exploded all across the world, and I think he is part of this story, since EDM got into the festival and global era and was pretty successful already in that time period. So like we saw in the EDM and blockchain, there's a lot of synchronicity. They connect well all together, so he might have or be connected already to great actors. And I've seen, you can read his article made by MedVed for Billboard. So yeah, an article on oceandrive.com, but written by someone close to Billboard. So he's definitely surrounded with great industry people, whether it's in the blockchain or in the music industry, but on the EDM side, global successful side of EDM. And yeah, that the economics about his album are really well thought. He gamified a lot towards his audience his release, so there was not only having NFTs, but they had a little bit of gamification beyond that. And yeah, there might be some factors that I have no idea about per se, but I believe those things participated definitely in him being very well exposed. I mean, he's got 300,000 followers on Instagram, so that helps as well. He's got a great community. I mean, there's no doubt, and he's being a pioneer as well in the space. Even though he, we did the first album NFT, but yeah, no, he definitely killed it. I don't know. I couldn't say one factor more than the other. I guess it's a combination of everything I just mentioned. But what's your thoughts on that success?
Well, you definitely touched on I think you touched on majority of any thoughts I had. I mean, one thing I was just gonna say was I just think like just the early entrance, I think, caused for such speculative price. I just think that most people weren't sure what was a high price and what was a low price, and I think it's hard to be able to know if he actually if those prices will last. I mean, I've said that. He was one of the people. I mean, look, I know he's heavily involved in the crypto space and he's super talented and he's got a great community. And I know he has like good people helping him. And that's, I think, part of where he got the majority of his. I mean, I don't want to discredit him. I'm just saying, like, he had a very good setup, like you said, gamification, utility, backstage passes, all kinds of the goodies that an artist should be implementing into their NFTs. That all, I think, went into the value of it. But I also think just because you got to think, like, he was one of the first big names, so to speak, to actually drop NFTs and a music NFT with actual quality setup of the NFTs, so to speak. And I think all of that combined is what gave him his value. But I still don't fully understand why his went for so much. I mean, I think that it
Yeah, my biggest concern on that, when I think of it, and it relates to what we just talked just before about released or unreleased, new content. I would feel maybe more comfortable about the record high sale if it was content made for that, and not an old album. And that would, for me, make more sense that he broke all records with content that fits the culture and, that is not from another culture and then booms, make a sale record high. Yeah.
Dude, 100%. I definitely think that's part of it. Sorry, I'm like reading the chat. It's going crazy. I love it. I do. I mean, I love the Blau criticism. I think it's funny as hell. I mean, there's the two
But it's all
OGs that
good.
I've seen in this space.
Hey,
The two OGs that I've seen in this space are Blau and RAC, RIC. And I mean, yeah, I think that they both kind of I think obviously Blau more so than RAC, RIC. I think Blau more so definitely milked the fuck out of this early stage. Like he dropped more. Blau came out with more NFT drops than most artists. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Somebody just said Connie Digital. I'm curious why you said that, but shout out Connie Digital. OG legend. OG legend, future bigger legend.
Yeah, definitely he's
Aren't we
part
all
of the
though?
pioneers as well as Blow and Rack and DAO Records. And yeah, we were here pretty much at the same time, even though we were not connected. I mean, I'm here officially since last year in the NFT space, but I'm here from 2017 in the blockchain space. So
Yeah, you're here. You're OG.
we all
You're OG,
have
OG. You're OG.
we all have a similar path, and that's very interesting. I mean, I definitely salute Blau's work and Rack's work as well, and Connie's work. I mean, they're all inspiring in the same way. It's just like we always have the habits to say it's positive criticism to push it forward and try to understand what's work and what doesn't and why and how and everything.
Dude, absolutely. I definitely. I mean, I love it, and I agree with Savage Preebs over here. I mean, it's definitely true. Like you guys are like the OGs, but I always want to add this 2 cents in, and I think it's kind of unpopular. I think with the common community here, but everybody who steps into the space for the next year is going to be looked at as an OG. Like it's just what it's going to be, and that could even stretch for the next 2 years. In 5 years, no one's going to care if you were here 4 months ago or if you're here in 4 months. That's genuinely how I feel. I mean, that's how new we are. That's how fresh we are. I think we should know this. Key for us, but
yeah,
but I hate to be that guy, Savage Preebs, but the persons that care about that are not going to have much power. That's genuinely the truth. They're just it's not going to matter at all. But I mean, I think that's cool. I think like it's good to know. I'm just saying like that's not a huge. It's just not like something that we should like hang on to and be too like prideful about. I think it's definitely important though. But we are. This is great. This is great. But I'm just saying like we just got to keep in mind of that. That's all.
Yeah, and Sandy, hello. I would love to listen to the replay of our collab during the Cipher. I don't know where the replay will be available or if it will available. But yeah, that was quite a moment rapping over Cipher the other night. And shout out to Space Painter, who was the first official guest. But yeah, that was truly a hot moment.
Space Painter in the house.
Oh my goodness, we got the OGs in here. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. I just been to the Cipher earlier. I'm super stoked. I'm still getting high because it's 420 today, so happy 420 everyone. And I'm glad I made it to the show. I was waiting for your show, so I'm here now listening. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Dude,
you.
I have no idea who that was, but you're fucking. You just scared the shit out of me, dude. But I love it. That was a 420. If I would have hit the bull more than two more, if I would have hit it 2 more times, that possibly would have sent me into a panic attack. But I'm hyped. Whoever you are, legend.
This is Spaced Painter, and he's one of the
Oh,
greatest painter in the
I
universe.
am legendary.
Exactly. That works so well.
Dude, Space Painter, dude. That me and him been slowly DMing each other. It's very tough. I know everybody's incredibly busy, but I definitely hit you up, my dude, about some potential collabs. But I realize every artist is busy. It is. But this is but that could be fire. You make some fire shit. So shout out you.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward for this replay. So anyone that is involved to know or has the link at one day, please send it to me. I would love to listen to it again. And yeah, and participating in new ones. That will be exciting. Last time I connected my synthesizers and I was playing some random flutes over the beats, and that worked so well. So yeah, it was really interesting talk as well to get into the latency issue, and I saw there were some conversation going on about the new latencies tools that can solve the thing. I didn't look at it properly, but that will be definitely a topic to get into once I get my hands on it. So yeah, very exciting to see Cipher. Big shout out to Cipher. And next week we are going to have Easy to talk about it, especially. So now I could. Have you attended one of them, Mai?
No, dude, I didn't make it. Fridays are like really tricky for me to actually like get involved with anything, unless it's in the morning. But it's it's later in the day for me, so I'm pretty much beat on Friday nights. But no, I actually didn't get it. I didn't get a chance to get in there yet. I'm also semi
getting. That's so much fun.
I'm also semi. I was gonna say I'm also semi nervous. Don't want to go in there and just straight embarrass myself, even though that's the vibe.
You won't.
That's the vibe.
I promise you won't. That was so much fun, and really, there's no pressure or expectation from everyone. That it's just pure fun. You get into it, and then you spit your bars, and then it's going to be minted in the future. So.
Okay, well that doesn't help that doesn't help the pressure. Oh, you're just gonna come in and spit your bar, and then it's gonna live forever on the block.
Yeah, that's authenticity.
I could eat, bro. If there's one place where if there's one place I'm slipping up, it's in the middle of a freestyle.
Yeah, I hear you, but yeah, we'll make that up, and yeah, I have Easy next week to talk about Cipher and how it went for these 2 past weeks. That was very exciting, and yeah, so shout out to the team Space Painter and Easy. And I wanted to move on to what's the next thing. Oh yeah, just before we talked about the platform news, there was this rumor, I don't know if you've seen it, about DMX masters being purchased by Jay Z and Beyonce for the purpose of offering them to the DMX children. Have you heard about that story?
That is baller as fuck.
But
If that is
was
true.
fake. That was a rumor that Jay Z and Beyonce had to, I don't know what's the word, but say it's not true.
They're publicly denied. I mean, look, I wouldn't want the target on my back either. So I'd publicly deny it no matter what. But never believe something until it's been publicly denied. I think that's also something I kind of abide by. But I mean, the only thing, I mean, I don't know. That's If it's a rumor, it's a rumor. I don't know. Not worth, like throwing out a bunch of opinions.
It was just interesting because my friend bought that to me, and he was like, "Hey, you know what? It's crazy. Jay Z and Beyonce bought the masters for the childrens. It's such a nice move and everything." And I was like, there was kind of a conflict in my head, like being okay. Jay Z and Beyonce truly represents the traditional music industry and being at the top of it, and all the bad aspects of it. They are not foreign to most of them. But at the same time, I was like, okay, so they're not the villains, but they are the good guys through this kind of moves. But now the rumors being denied, I'm like, okay, so they're not still not the good guys, you know?
Back to being the bad guys. Put them back in the bad guy category. I was actually gonna say, you know, Jay Z has done a few things in his career that I think are very good for the culture of like just showing like, yo, he's there for people who need him. Like he's done a few things. But granted, those were for other celebrities and they were for other people in positions of power. He's helped out those people, get out of situations. Like he did the Kaepernick thing. He did all kinds of stuff.
Yes and no. I agree because he's one of them. Go ahead.
I was just gonna balance that by just saying at the same time, his beef with Kanye, in my opinion, was a moment for me where I just didn't. I knew that he wasn't a good guy anymore because I know Kanye's a good guy. I know everybody hates on Kanye and is like, oh, Kanye's crazy, blah, 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 blah.
Discord got disconnected widely and everyone in the room got disconnected at this point. Let's get back to normal a few minutes later.
They just tried to wax us, bro.
They tried to silence.
Let's just go on wax. Let's just go. Are we still recording, by the way?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Let's just go on wax and say they can't stop us. Can we get a they can't stop us in the chat? No. They can't stop us, and we're back.
They targeted whole Discord to reach us.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah, but it seems there was a little trouble.
Let's go, Savage
at
Preebs.
Discord.
Let's go.
They can't stop
Savage
us.
Preebs. If I could give you something right now, I'd give it to you. You know what I mean? But all I can give you right now is my vocals.
Give it. But yeah, it seems that everyone got disconnected, and that we're letting people figure out how to connect back. But that's a hard strike. We lose all the audience, but that won't stop us. That can't stop us. We here.
No, nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop us. I mean, that was wild. I'm not gonna lie.
That's the first time I've seen this kind of. But I guess
that's what I mean.
Sometimes
that could have. Yeah, that could have been like them. I was legitimately like, dude, they're coming for us, no doubt.
No, I didn't.
No, they're coming for us, bro. Come on, you know they're coming for us. No, all right, I'm just playing. Well, hey, I mean, we're still here.
We're here. We're alive, and people are reconnecting to the chat.
Oh wow, they sent out an emergency tweet. I love it.
Oh really?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm really hoping that my dealer is good. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, I'm not gonna smoke today, but then I realized it's fucking 420. Definitely about to get high as fuck after this podcast and probably eat more food than I can possibly handle. So just for the record, if anybody was curious what my plans were. Smoke it up, mate. Smoke it up. Thank you, Magmaster.
Yeah, shout out to Magmaster.
You rip those fatties. Let's go. I like the chat right now. We're vibing out.
Yeah, it feels more intimate. Yeah, we're back.
We are
Thank you,
back.
Sandy.
That was scary.
That was weird. But
was
that's an outage. An outage. So
I thought it was the moment. I really thought it was the moment, though. I thought it was like, wow, we really are giving them that real, aren't we?
But yeah, shall we maybe continue where we were at, just so we can confirm that they were not, looking for us. Let's continue. And I was about to talk about Jay Z and Black Magic and everything.
Oh my god, that's why they do. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. I knew we were about to take down Jay Z and his empire of evil infiltrators of the music game and fake representation of the culture. And now he is and he sent his troops for us, and that was sketchy, very scary. But luckily we made it. And once again, hey, the chat, you don't have to say it, but they can't stop us. They can't stop us. They can't.
And yeah, if you want to hear more about the good word, I definitely ask you to check out Connie Digital latest interviews with John Block, and tomorrow he will be as well participating in the whale community, doing an interview tomorrow. So yeah, catch on the good words that Connie has, and that will participate in, like you say, erase the evil and change it up for a better music economy rather than a music industry that were so fucked up. Like we won't get into all the details, but yeah, that's why talking about those DMX masters being bought by Jay Z and Beyonce, supposedly for a good act of charity.
Adam, kumakain, Adam.
That's yeah. I was kind of not surprised to see it not true. But I was surprised that the rumor went so big that they had to deny it themselves. And to me, that story was so powerful because it means so much. It would mean that Jay Z, the guy on top of the music industry, tells to childrens to own their masters. And we know Kanye is going this way, but we haven't heard much about Jay Z, yelling that everyone should own their masters. And I mean, that's not how he proceeds. And so, yeah, I found it kind of powerful, maybe too much powerful, that someone like Jay Z would raise out for this call of, protecting the masters and so on. So, but yeah, in the end, I was not surprised that it was not true, just that he, heated all the communities that were, I believe, as surprised as I am, because it's a powerful message to do so. And that it's, in the end, it's, oh no, we didn't do this nice thing, sorry. We just have to confirm that we didn't do it, because that would be like too powerful message to send across the industry, and that's maybe tricky, in our position right now to do so. So, I don't know. Well, that was interesting, just to talk about around the rumor, even if it's just a rumor. It was just a rumor.
Yeah, you know how those rumors be.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I'm sorry. We can move on.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Connie Digital and John Block for doing an interview inside the metaverse in CryptoVoxels. You can definitely check out at this address. I will link it in the chat. And
dude, imagine if there was a way for CryptoVoxels to be experienced in Twitter. So you could tweet out like a location, and then just from Twitter, you can literally click on that. So for example, like if you clicked on that little screen right there, you would pop into CryptoVoxels, and not by like going, but not like by going all the way to a CryptoVoxels link. I'm saying like
staying
straight up in Twitter, staying on Twitter, not even going like on a different link on Twitter, but like somehow implementing that into Twitter would be legendary, because then you could literally give people experiences so simply. I see someone say you can. Oh, that's Space Painter, the legend, the robot man.
How can you? Because I know Twitter is very picky about their integration links, and Twitter is designed to let some links be shown better more than others. Like YouTube links are not very welcome on Twitter, rather than on Twitter videos. But when it comes to experiencing, like if I click right here, I go into CryptoVoxels, that would be definitely a move.
And you click, do you guys mind I say? You just click the link for CryptoVoxels. You will be immediately at CryptoVoxels.
Yeah.
And then if you have your wallet connected on your phone, you simply refresh so that you refresh your wearables and stuff. And you're there. So it's pretty much straight away, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I was just saying, like, if you didn't have to quit Twitter to navigate into CryptoVoxels, for example.
Yeah, got it.
But yeah,
Just like one less second of a second.
yeah,
That kind of
like
smooth
always.
user experience. That.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It was like cutting you out there for a second. But I was just saying, like, that kind of smooth user experience for people is what's gonna make Web3 pop hugely, you know. But hey, we got this fucking 5G now, right? Why is nothing faster? Why do I just feel like I fucking can't taste? You know what I mean? Why are they blasting us with all this radiation, dude? I'm not trusting it, bro. I'm not trusting it. The coronavirus and 5G rolled out at the same time. Coincidence? No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm just messing around.
Yeah, but yeah, it would be cool. Yeah, it's always this 1 second that you save from your experience that is the innovation in this kind of space. That's how the social networks and everything went on, that it simplified so much the communication between people. This way, like saving 1 second by 1 second in the experience, and in the end, it becomes so fluent that it creates a whole culture. And so, yeah, the day, I believe it can happen the day that we see combinations between the metaverse and social tools like Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, whatever. At some point, there will be some integrations, I believe. Like Facebook is going for VR and stuff. So I believe it's something in the work at some point. It may not materialize today, but I think, and like always, if we think about it, probably more people have thought about it before us. So, yeah, that's coming, I believe.
Nice.
But, yeah, no, quick update. If you want to be hired in the blockchain and music space, there's ads for you, and especially one that I had a lot of fun with. Let me find it back. It's from Emanates, and the ad was put up like this week, I believe, very recently, and he has a very fun aspect to it. Like, here is the ad job about being hired as a blockchain project and product manager at Emanate. Here's a few lines. So, searching for a complete degen ready to ape into their next job. So, have you spent as much time on Spotify this week as you have on Binance? Do you live for music and cryptocurrency? Do you have an NFT collection that would make Gary Vee screams at his TikTok followers? If the answer is yes, then this job is for you. If the answer is no, but this all sounds rather funny, this may also be for you. As long as you are ready to join us down a very weird rabbit hole. So aside from having an unhealthy obsession with music and technology, it would also be really helpful if you had 3 to 5 years of experience managing digital projects, maybe for an advertising agency or maybe in the music industry. So yeah, that's I love the fun aspect of it. Like, we are hiring degens. Are you a degen? We are looking for degens. Here we go.
You know what's crazy? Oh wow, that was weird. Oh, I'm looping. Wow, I sound like an idiot. Oh my god. It's all right. So basically, my sister actually just got certified in like all forms of code. She's like fucking I don't know what got into her, but I guess she's like a really, really in-depth coder now.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's what she's been doing for the past like 3 years. And I'm about to get her in this space, and she's gonna customize all of our NFTs, smart contracts. Just figured I'd get the plug. I'm gonna send this to her and make her do this.
Wow. That's
And
cool.
that's on Clippity, and I know I was gonna say like, yeah, I'm sorry for even sharing that right now, but
No, it's all good. But yeah, there's job ads popping these days. Like there's as well one on Foundation. So if you want to help them bridge an internet creative communities, build foundation of the new decentralized web and onboard future-focused creators like MIA, Jen Stark, and Pussy Riot into NFTs, they are hiring someone to work with them. So yeah, that's. I mean, it sounds like evolution. Like they are pushing the boundaries of their own. What they already set as solid, and pushing the walls. It sounds like pushing the walls, and I love to see it.
love to see when those walls get pushed.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry. Is that immature of me? It is what it is. All right. What's the next topic? Sorry, I can't really see the screen anymore. It's not loaded for me,
But yeah, not much for this week. I think we're pretty much done. There's
oh, right on.
a few news I opened, like this one. The Office Boys New York collaborated with Audiovine and on-chain music to create streaming on the blockchain audio NFT, which is an NFT, but I didn't get everything, so not much for this week.
No, this was a good lax episode. We were chilling. I know it's 420, so
Oh yeah,
Here.
this one, that the world's largest electronic music store to accept Bitcoin as a payment, and that's Beatport. So Beatport is a really old, no disrespect, but one of the oldest music platform. I don't know, I believe like 2007, 8.
Dude, that's sick, actually.
I got sound released on Beatport back in the days, but now they are accepting Bitcoins, and so definitely a good move.
Yo, I did want to. I know that we're wrapping up here, and honestly, I'm beat. But like, I do want to actually see if you can pull this up because I know that he dropped something today. Mike Dean made an NFT, and I'm pretty sure they dropped today.
Mike Dean.
You know Mike Dean, right?
Yeah.
Mike Dean is Travis Scott.
Oh yeah, Mike Dean.
Franco,
Mike Dean.
Franco. Yeah, Franco and all them guys.
I see.
Legend. He's the man who makes the sound that you all are addicted to.
Yeah.
Mike Dean is that motherfucker, no doubt.
Absolutely. So yeah, let me find it.
No disrespect to Travis, I know he's doing his thing too. But
yeah, but Mike Dean is definitely the sound of Travis Scott.
Sure. And Frank, dude, all of them. He fucking he does all. He mixed and mastered both of like some of my favorite albums. He's such a fucking legend.
Yeah.
And produced,
definitely. And so it seems in connection with the whale community, and they are about to do an NFT drop on Friday or Saturday, 23rd of April, and he's about to maybe do a podcast, or I don't know.
Man, I thought he was dropping on 420. I was in like a clubhouse like 2 months ago, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gearing up." He was so high, dude. It was literally so funny. He was just like, how Mike Dean talks. First of all, he's so like, he's almost like condescending naturally, which is funny as hell. If you ever want to watch Mike Dean talk, watch his interview on Pensado's Place, the second one after Astroworld comes out. That interview is so funny to me because he hardly answers their questions, and he gives such condescending answers to pretty much every single question thrown at him. So I mean, it's a good taste to see his character. But I mean, when you've made like some of the greatest sounding albums of our time period, it's probably hard to not sound like that. You know what I mean? It's like same concept with Kanye. It's like, dude, when you've done as much as Kanye has and he still can't seem to get his point across to people, I'd be pretty fucking pissed off too, dude. I'd be pretty upset about that. Righteously. I like to call it righteous anger. But anyways.
Yeah, so so they are definitely going to do a podcast tomorrow with Mike Dean and Shepard Fairy on the whale community tomorrow, 21st, along the podcast with Connie Digital as well. So head out to the whale community tomorrow. There is about to be very exciting talks in regards to music and the blockchain. I will try to be there.
Love it. Someone's got to be there for the two of us.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm pretty seldom. It's hard for me to go to a lot of things. Yeah. Space Painter wants the links. Space Painter, I saw that you just sent a friend request, by the way. Love that, dude. Love that. We're friends. We're boys.
Yeah, I have to take the habit to share the links to the chat. I don't have it already. I share the links in the replays, but I could share the links in real time. Just additional management skills that I have to learn. But aren't we the new Pensado's Place, do you think? I love Pensado's Place.
Pensado's Place taught me a lot, no doubt.
Yeah, me too.
But at the same time, like I hate to like hate on Dave, but like I feel like Dave just doesn't have that. Dave doesn't have that sauce. Cool. He's got the knowledge, but I don't know how much I'm like, man, I wish my mix sounded like Dave Pensado's mixes. Mm-hmm. Like, not really something I ever said to myself. But dude, like he's a legend. He's crushing. He's done his thing, no doubt. But definitely a lot, dude. Into the layer, a lot of good tricks, a lot of good tips there, no doubt. So I mean, a lot of good stuff. But I wouldn't consider us the new Pensado's Place.
No, that was just a joke. But there's something. There is something. We are definitely inspired from Pensado's Place, I believe, in our music production life and how to talk and yeah. So
I can feel that. You know, I mean, like I'll actually agree. I'll agree to that for the most part.
Mm-hmm. But we done pretty much everything. Thanks for this late news, and that's perfect to close it down. And thank you everyone for connecting back to the show after the outage, because we were pretty much targeted to. No,
that was the first time I've ever been cyberbullied or cyber attacked. And it was crazy. Jay Z heard us 100%. It's not even a fucking debate. I mean, Jay Z was peeping the line. And he said, "I heard them say something negative about me. I need to shut down their stream." And they went for the whole Discord, which I feel bad about, honestly, because TokenSmart doesn't deserve that. Maybe the MightyMai show deserves that, but not TokenSmart. TokenSmart can't be stopped. They can't take us down. Thank you, Sandy. They can't take us down.
It was the whole Discord, even other channels, you know.
Hell yeah. They can't take us down. Space Painter, let's fucking go.
They can't take us down.
Yeah, absolutely. That's recorded.
Dude, I gotta get Space Painter featured on a track with that voice.
Yeah, we're talking about it as well. Let's do something. And with Sandy as well. We have to get Sandy on the music. On some tracks.
Oh wait, we're good.
So, thank you again for bearing with us this week. That was very cool and exciting. Yeah, Doge Coin to the moon. That's the name of this week. And
I can't wait for You know what's crazy though is like Dogecoin, like quote unquote plummeted this morning, and it's still up like 7x since last week. Once again, I'm gonna say it one last time. I couldn't be more sick that I didn't invest in Dogecoin. Let's play them out with this massive.
I mean, no, honestly, I have absolutely no emotions seeing the Dogecoin rising up. But yeah, except fun, especially. But yeah, I enjoy for everyone being in Dogecoin right now. Not financial advice. Take your profit and invest in something meaningful. And yeah, that's if you want to keep progressing, it's just about progress and not digress. So yeah, I wish everyone a good week. On these nice words, there's plenty of events to catch this week. Connie Digital and Mike Dean tomorrow on Whale, as well as Cipher. I believe this Friday, or I heard they moved it to Tuesday.
Wait. I'm sorry. You're saying Mike Dean's going to be on Whale?
Yeah.
Bro, wait a minute. I'm sorry. We can't. So you're saying Mike Dean is going to be on Whale tomorrow? The Whale Discord?
Yeah, it seems that we are
with Connie?
Not in the same talk, I believe.
Oh my god, dude. I was going to say, what? That's how. See, when shit like that starts happening, that's when we know we've made it as an OG community. When we start hosting these big names, that's ultimately what we should be doing, though. We should be reaching out to the big names and acting like we are the big names. Because technically speaking, and I'm not saying me particularly, I'm saying like TokenSmart and everybody here. It's like we could probably reach out and be like, "Yo, we are literally the first fucking blah 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 blah," and be like, "We're the ones with the platform. We're the ones to be fucked with. Fuck these random people popping into the space and taking all the clout. They're taking all the clout." I'm riled up today. Am I not? Like, what's going on with me?
It's 4:20, but yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
I'm not even high though. That's the problem.
I hear you and I agree. But yeah, and we've seen Paris Hilton as well, being closer and closer and really closer, maybe sometimes too much closer than I would ever thought it would be in my life. So yeah, definitely there's you can see good intentions from a lot of actors getting into the space, actually wanting to learn the what's up and get hooked with the OGs or the pioneers or the guys that know what's up and that will explain them in all extent. And that's what Whale is doing very well, and TokenSmart as well, with no doubt that we have to. Yeah, it's not about gatekeeping, it's more about welcoming, like, here, let us show you what has been already created so that you can rock this out with all the good conduct that this space requires for you to be successful and create good audience, good relationships, understand all the extent of creating NFTs as an artist and so on. So these guys have so much experience as well to give back to the space, because especially someone like MightyMai or DJ Premier or MIA or these great artists have a lot to learn to the blockchain space to share, so that their great experiences helps create better tools and so on. There won't be only money grabbers out here, I believe, and so it will be,
Grab it up.
we will have to be very humble and all ears open to their suggestions in the space out of their experience. And yeah, that's very exciting to see them connect today in this space. And yeah, they might have a little bit of lateness to I don't know what the expression in English, but the getting on the page, but they probably will reach our understanding of it real quick, as they are deeply involved in being an active actor in the music industry, because how passionate they are. I mean, someone like MightyMai, you can hear in the music how passionate he is, and that he is not here for bad reasons. But we'll see.
I mean, I love that optimism. I genuinely don't know if I agree with that. I mean, I would just say, dude, I think pretty much every celebrity who's entering the NFT space is here to make money. I mean, I just don't.
Like we
I don't
said,
see it any
it
other
is
way.
about money. Yeah, it's just about doing it right and not, creating something
But
meaningful.
right. Well, don't get me wrong. Like that's what I mean. Like, because like and there's nothing wrong with that. That's the thing. That's the thing. I think people get twisted up. Is like they think because somebody sees it for the money, they think it's a bad thing. I genuinely think that doesn't matter. I mean, like you can't. This is the point. That's the point. Like we're here to we're here to be free. And sadly, money has enslaved the world for fucking the past 2,000 years, probably longer. I don't know. I don't know anything about history, but. Actually, I do. I'm just kidding. I don't know anything. Fuck. But the point, but either way, I just I don't see it as a bad thing. I guess in short, it's just at the end of the day, we'll see how these people take it forward. You know what I mean? Let's see who goes
that's the point.
who goes forward and does it the right way, because that's really the key. You know, who's gonna be here in 5 years doing something innovative? That's the game. If Mike Dean wants to start offering private one-on-one Zoom sessions with him for lessons after you purchase one of his NFT, now we got it. But you know, before anybody starts really offering extra value, which I gotta say, I'm super worried about Gary V's NFT drop that's coming in May. I just really don't want to see it.
Why that?
I don't know. I've grown to like almost not like Gary V. Like I like Gary V. Yeah, it's a hot take. No, it's a hot take. Like I like Gary V. Like Gary V. I was possibly the first person I know that knew who Gary V was because I was on that wave. This was like 2016, 2015 or 16. Right when I got out of college, I saw some video from him and he hyped me the fuck up. But now, dude, I don't know, man. Like I hate watching him talk about NFTs. It just bothers me so much. And then maybe that's so wrong of me. It probably is. I don't know why it bothers me though. I have like a personal weird story with Gary V too that I could definitely share, but that's for another time.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I don't know. We'll see what Gary does. Hopefully he does something actually cool, which I think he probably will because
and maybe he will charm you. Yeah. He will surprise you.
Yeah, who knows? But like at the end of the day though, I don't know. I don't know how much I don't know how much I'm hyped up about Gary V's expression in the NFT space. He's smart. That's the reason he's here. He's here because he's fucking smart and he understands what's next. That's why he's talking about it. He's smart. Like he gets it. So that's part of the reason why it annoys me is because I feel like half of his fucking like every time I see him talk, all he is trying to do is just gain people's attention. He said it himself. He's a day trader of attention. And in a lot of ways, that makes me think like, so you're just basically saying you're going to say whatever the crowd is saying so that people pay attention to you. And yes, half of that might be rooted in truth and in value, but another half of that might be rooted in complete manipulation and just tactics to get the attention. And part of me doesn't like that. So, you know what I mean? But there's nothing to disrespect about that. Me personally, if I had a conversation with Gary V one-on-one, that would be in the back of my head. So I don't know.
No, it's yours to invite him next time.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna send him a DM. It's not like he hasn't read my DMs that I've sent him for the past 4 years.
Ooh, there's a beef going on.
There's beef. No, there's beef. There's 100% beef. There's beef, but it's positive beef. Like.
Yeah,
it's like beef with your dad. You know what I'm saying?
Like everything that happens here,
you know that ultimately it's gonna get resolved.
There's definitely conflicts and things happening in the space, and there's
it means something. Even though you know that even you shouldn't even like care because you know it's gonna get resolved. So it's kind of like that.
I mean, that's the best way to tell if it takes the right direction because there's conflicts, there's points of view.
Jesus, man. Yo, sorry. If you can hear me right now, I can't hear you. My fucking interface is trash.
You don't hear me? Can you hear us?
No, it's just fucked.
Oh, that's weird.
Why can't I hear anything, bro? Super annoying. Yeah. I know you guys can hear. I know you can hear me, but I can't hear you. Wait, you know what? I'm an idiot. I'm just gonna unplug my interface. I should be able to hear you guys.
Yeah.
Mighty, can you say something?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, you are saying something?
Yeah, I am.
I see your
but
thing.
I'm not sure you're hearing.
Hold on. There we go. I should be able to hear you now.
Yeah, can you?
There it is. There it is.
Okay.
So I had to unplug. I had to unplug. Sorry, guys. I know you could hear me. I know you guys could hear me.
Yeah, that was perfect. But yeah, you couldn't hear us. No, I was just saying that. Yeah, that
We
would be.
hear you. We love you. We need you. Move on now.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that there is beef in the space, there is conflict, there is point of views, there is forks, there is everything which is tied to the community in its core. But yeah, that's the aim, I believe, to turn every beef and every conflict into a positive situation that emerge in a new situation that is righteous, into building something positive out of those beef, because those beef are required. I mean, we need to think about the space, about how it's going to be, how we want it to be, or there's a lot of conflicts in many ways that can happen, but they have to be resolved, or that doesn't mean something is mature enough to get resolved yet, but will probably be in the future. And then there's individualisms and, you know, people getting angry or not, but that's not the point. I believe in the end it's you can get angry into a beef that comes into the NFT space, unless it's a financial beef, but that's another game. So when it comes to ideas and developing, creating, or that's healthy to try to solve those beef.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're talking about something a little more serious. I mean, my beef with Gary Vee is like a fraction of a percentage point of a worry in my mind. but I do understand what you're saying. It's not actually beef. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm just like
yeah, I know.
I'm just speaking from my
That's
my
your
peon point of view.
Devil's advocate criticism that is healthy, I believe. Yeah, to get to sort things out.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna yeah. I mean, it's like, you know, if we got this platform for a reason. Let's talk some shit. You know what I mean? I'm welcome to be challenged too. I love it. I wanna have days where maybe in like 20 episodes we start just fucking debating people. We just bring people on stage and we just like, all right, let's hot take back and forth.
Yeah, I would love
just
to
disrespect each other.
No, for the greater purposes. So
yeah, absolutely, for the greater good, of course.
Mm-hmm. So, well, let's wrap it up. I believe that's the perfect time. We crossed the 2-hour mark and did a great moment altogether.
Yeah, absolutely. We're crushing. Dude, Magmaster's like sending shots right now. I don't know if he's like, he's basically been saying like, when is the show going to be over for the past 10 minutes? Like, I'm all about it, dude. I'm all about it, but like, you could be a little more direct. You can just tell us to fuck off.
No, that's not the case. But yeah, let's go. Let's finish this.
He said, "Hell no." No, I know. I love it. I love it. Dude, I love you. I love everybody in here, dude. It's honestly such a vibe.
Yeah, thank you for the chat again. That's so cool to interact all together and to have our words corrected in real time. We need it.
We do need it. Mighty knows I need it.
We all need it. And yeah, thank you for your time. We appreciate you bearing with us. We try to push as well all the thinking of it and do our work to be on the edge of what's the hottest. But yeah, I feel at some point we will be able to showcase the technological news and many news going on. But I definitely feel it will be very interesting to interact even more with people on the show and invite people that are not part, especially of the TokenSmart community, and that are big actors getting into the space and giving them their point of view or their hot takes on how they perceive NFTs and everything. So that's going to be very exciting, I believe.
Hell yeah. And dude, yeah, shout out to the chat. Shout out Space Painter, shout out Magmaster. Shout out everybody just leaving good vibes in the chat tonight.
Yeah.
I see a lot of familiar faces as always. Yeah, dude, it's great community, dude. I love the vibes in here, even though today might have been I know it was, probably a little bit more wonky, a little off the cusp, as they say. But
But we
is
did
that
it
how they say
great.
it? Whatever.
We survived. We're on the boat.
Absolutely.
So let's go. Thank you, McMaster, and shout out to Om as well. You will get the replay, I'm sure. And yeah, that's so blissful to be here. And you do rock in my books as well. I would love to be looking for your more recent work as well, because it's been very inspiring since I'm here. And yeah, I would love to share everyone, to wish everyone a good week and awesome moments. Be vigilant in the space, be passionate, and yeah, I'm excited to meet you all next week for more. And thank you, Mai, for being here. Thank you, shout out to Matthew as well from SongCamp, the TokenSmart family. And next week we are going to have Easy to talk about Cipher. This Friday you will have a Cipher, so make sure you get ahead and look what's up here. Shout out to Space Painter and everyone. So yeah, thank you very much. We're on. We are
Sharing
writing.
crypto love.
Sharing crypto love. Thank you, Space Painter.
Dude, I thought you played a song. He gets me. You get me every time, Space. You get me every time with that voice. But no, yeah. Thank you, Mighty, for setting this up, making this so easy, making this so dope. Makes it fun. But I appreciate everybody, and yeah, thanks to TokenSmart. Thanks for the chat. We'll be back next week with more goodies.
Yep, absolutely. And so let me close this week with what I played just before we recorded, if you agree, which is the remix of Staking from Connie Digital and My World that is not released yet, and that will be probably released on Audius, I believe. Very simple, very clean, just for fun purposes yet. And yeah, I love this track, and I had a sort of lightning bolt striking me to remix it into something very energetic and drum and bass like. So wish you everyone a good night and see you next week. Goodbye, TokenSmart. Much love, everyone, and thank you for the vibe. That's so cool. Here we go. Let's go. Bye bye, everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah.
Spaced Painted has left the building.
No!